The numbers coming out of this Premier League opening weekend are staggering. Erling Haaland's 2 goals mean he's now averaging a goal every 58 minutes in the Premier League, a rate that defies human comprehension.
Those statistics are absolutely mind-blowing. The way he's redefining what we expect from a striker at this level is unprecedented.
You know what's fascinating about his performance against Wolves? Not just the goals, but how City has evolved their entire system. The heat maps show every attacking move is now designed to create space for him in the box.
Well, that's interesting. How does that compare to last season's positioning data?
The changes are subtle but significant. City's wingers are staying wider, the midfielders are pushing slightly higher, and it's creating these perfect pockets of space that Haaland just seems to materialize in.
Hmm. And that must be putting so much pressure on FPL managers who decided to go without him in their starting teams.
Oh man, the FPL impact is huge. We're seeing massive rank swings already, with some managers dropping thousands of places just from this one decision. But here's what's really interesting. Most Salah owners aren't exactly suffering either.
That late goal from Salah really changed the narrative of the whole weekend, didn't it?
Exactly. And let's look at Salah's underlying numbers because they tell such an interesting story. He had more touches in the final third than any other player, created 4 chances, and his expected goals were actually higher than Haaland's.
The way Liverpool is using him this season seems slightly different too. He's getting into even more central positions while still maintaining that wide threat.
Speaking of tactical changes, the data from the first weekend shows both teams are pressing differently this year. City's press is more selective, while Liverpool's is more aggressive in specific zones, where Salah can capitalise.
You know, that reminds me of the historical patterns we've seen in previous seasons. Teams often evolve their tactical approach after the first few games.
That's exactly why making knee-jerk decisions after Gameweek 1 can be so dangerous. The sample size is tiny, and teams are still finding their rhythm.
The fixture difficulty ratings for the next few weeks could really shake things up too.
Let me throw some numbers at you. In the last 5 seasons, managers who held their transfers in the first 3 game weeks finished on average 100,000 places higher than those who made immediate changes.
That's such a crucial stat for managers to keep in mind right now.
And here's another fascinating data point. Both Haaland and Salah have historically performed better against teams in the bottom half of the table, but their scoring patterns are completely different. Haaland tends to get his goals in bunches, while Salah is more consistent week to week.
The upcoming Champions League schedule could really impact those patterns too.
You're right, and that's where team structure becomes so crucial. The data shows that managers who maintain flexibility in their squad through September and October typically perform better when the fixture congestion hits.
So, what's your take on the immediate decision facing managers? Stick or twist?
Well, looking at the historical data and considering the fixture swings coming up, patience is key. The numbers show that early season points hits rarely pay off in the long run.
That must be tough for managers watching their ranks drop, though.
Here's the thing, FPL is a marathon, not a sprint. The most successful managers from last season made on average 25% fewer transfers in the first 5 game weeks, compared to the overall average.
The psychological aspect of the game is really fascinating when you put it that way.
And that's really what separates the top managers. The ability to stick to their strategy even when the short-term results aren't going their way. The data shows that emotional decisions in the early game weeks are one of the biggest predictors of overall rank at the end of the season.
Well, it's going to be really interesting to see how this all plays out over the next few weeks.
Remember, everyone, we're just 2.6% into the season. There's so much more football to come, and the real winners will be the ones who can keep their cool while everyone else is losing theirs.